All right. How is everybody doing? Oh, boy. Boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. I wish this game was tonight so I could shave tonight. That's why I wish the game was so I could shave this mess. But it's rainy and schmutzy. Members podcast will be up after this. Did not get a chance to go fishing because it's raining. I don't want to sit out there in the rain. Certainly not with the camera on. So, how's everybody doing this Monday? Greg, man, how you doing? Yeah, liking does absolutely help out. Absolutely does. Thank you. Hey, Icy, how we doing? I'm ready. I'm ready to play, man. I'm ready. Right? Hungry? I know. Another day off, right? Jay Free, how you doing? Yeah, it's been, and then we need to win because I don't want to go through Wednesday, Thursday, all day Friday having to get to game 7 either. Aviator, we want the cup. Exactly. We want another cup, right? Strafasi, you got nervous energy about tomorrow? I feel good. I feel good. I'm charging up my razor. Charging up the razor, man. Oh. Hey, Trey. First 6 for the Team USA Milan being announced in an hour. Can it not be any Panthers? Can we ban the Panthers? Please. Hey, Coot. Thank you, bud. Thank you, bud. Yeah, 2 words for tomorrow. Finish this. Exactly. Kenneth says, happy Monday. I want to see you happy, but I also want to see game 7, more hockey. Oh, I don't want to go the whole week. I don't want to do it. I'm ready. My series preview said Panthers in 6. That's all I want to say. Hey, Colby, how you doing, bud? I do, Ice. I want to shave, man, so bad. Steven says, I knew we would win game 5 as soon as my friend told me she gave birth that morning. Wow. That's pretty cool. Can the one-time Panthers close it out at home tomorrow? Yes. I believe so, Colby. I believe so. Simon, I'm assuming it's going to be Luongo. I haven't heard anything yet. Hey, Dietrich. Greg says if Martian shows up for 6 the way he did for 5, the Cats will be primed. Absolutely. Hungry says, speaking of the Olympics, we're going to have way too many players playing. Even Balinskis made a roster. Now, they're taking a bunch of time off, though, right? Isn't the break like a month or something? Trey says, I think it's going to be Brady, Eichel, Slavin, Larkin, Werenski, and Otter. Okay. Simon, so I was going to go fishing today, but it's raining outside, so I'll go tomorrow. I do have a members podcast coming out after this show was over. I was waiting to see if the weather was going to clear up, but it's not. So I should be able to get out there tomorrow fishing. Rossi, the days off in between games, it's dragging. There's no doubt. I'm ready to play tonight, man. I says when you don't want is game 7, but you're so close to earning a free flight on your frequent flyer miles. Hey, Colin. Guitar Co says, I rewatched last year's Cup win celebration. To me, it feels like a few months ago. This year flew by. Yeah. It's been a year. There's no doubt about that. For me, it didn't go by so fast. For me, it kind of feels like it's dragged on. Hey, Bucks Rays. Appreciate that, Jay Free. Yeah, it's tight. You know, you can have a $500,000 here, $500,000 there, and it can make a difference. That's how tight it is. But it all is going to revolve around Ekblad and how much he's willing to take, you know. No, I see. No Dolphins. Trey. Colby says Oilers YouTuber Austin Hockey has gone insane. I saw a little bit of his last one. Yeah. Hey, look, I'd be going Cocoa Puffs too if we were on the cusp of losing the cup twice in a row to the same team. I can have empathy there. Oh man, Vincent, I know. It's ridiculous. Kenneth says, watching these games, Panthers should be up 5-0 in the series, haven't taken a game off, a period, but not a game. Yeah, exactly. Steven says, Austin Hockey seemed fine to you. I didn't watch the whole video. I didn't see today's. Right? Not saying he was bad. He just seemed, well, I probably would be worse in his position. Let's put it that way. I just need to start planning the off-season content. Well, for the football channel, we know, right? Football channel is going to be the classic games that we're going to be streaming. And for this channel, immediately we've got free agency stuff and all of that. You know, we'll cover more NHL free agency because I don't know what the Panthers. I don't know how much in the way of free agency Panthers going to do if they actually manage to sign Bennett, Ekblad, and Marchand, even without signing Marchand. If they sign Bennett and Ekblad, we're almost done. We might get, you know, some bottom guys, but that's about it. Jeffrey says, I feel like having 2 days favors the Oilers. It does give their legs a little bit rest. It does give them a little bit of rest, right? Oh, he switched his perspective. I see what you're saying. So the new one, I didn't see it. I think it was like the day after or something. I didn't watch it. Hey, thank you, Ice. Thank you, bud. Thank you, buddy. So it's kind of crazy that we could win 2 cups before Calgary would even have a chance to use the pick we sent them in the Chucky trade. Damn. That's a good way to put it. Colin, thank you, bud. Checkers won 3-2 yesterday. So that gives them a 2-1 lead, right? Good for them. Maybe they'll finish it off. Trey says the funny part about Jaw's beard size is that's what you'll be downsizing to after the cup. Hey, JC. How you doing, bud? Oh, I'm so ready, man. I'm so ready. Steven says, well, to be fair, if we had the Oilers stars and we were on the verge of losing 2 cups in a row, most of us would have mixed emotion. Yeah, we'd be Cocoa Puffs. I would definitely be Cocoa Puffs. Simon's asking me who my favorite Dolphin team that I like. Oh, who do I like to face? You know, the best story I got is when I was a kid, my uncle used to take me to the Jets games, Dolphins-Jets games in the Orange Bowl. And somewhere between the third and fourth quarter, the Dolphins and Jets fans would always start fighting, and then their girlfriends would take off their tops to distract them and stop them from fighting. That's a true story. Every game, every Dolphins-Jets game, no question. JC says, I want to win in 6, but then what am I supposed to do for 4 months without hockey? Is it really not 4 months? Well, no, I'm thinking football. Yeah, I'm thinking football. I'm thinking the channels. But yeah, July, August, September. It's more like 3 months, really, because mid-June to July, August, mid-September, the guys start reporting for camp, kind of-ish, maybe. It's a stretch. I get what you're saying. Trey says, my girlfriend works 6 days in a row, so I sent her to a spa, and I'm still going to have to shave after the – Hey, man, when's Kyle's spa trip? He worked 17 days in a row last month. Send him to the spa. Colin, no sick does not have a contract for next season as of right now. Craig says the beer game for me is full-time Grizzly Adams. Boy. Oh, eyes, the series is 1-1. I thought I saw a different result. I could have sworn. All right, well, that makes more sense because I thought they were playing those games awfully fast. I must have lost a day in between. Hungry says Austin experienced post-loss clarity. It's like post-nut clarity, but more depressing. Oh, man. Poor kid. Yeah, Colby says, you're kind of scared because even the most conceited Oilers fans think they're done. Well, anything can happen in this series. Nothing. We haven't done anything yet. We're losing the series 3-0. We're losing the game 4-0 at the end of the second period. That's how Florida needs to come out and play that game. Because I don't trust McDavid, neither do you. Yeah, DK. Jara, you want Schmidt to stay? He's probably going to go make a couple of bucks somewhere. We're not going to have any money but to give a guy minimum wage. It's possible if he wants to, but I have a feeling he was a one and done. Al says Maurice was just quoted saying Bob is taken for granted by the Panthers because of how consistent he is. Somebody in my video that I put out, the one that I put out with the salary and all of that this morning, somebody left a comment that said, buy out Bob and that solves all the problems. And then somebody else commented that they had seen that going around. So who are those people and what's wrong with them? We're on social media. Are there people thinking if we buy out Bob, it solves our problems? Somebody help me. Trey. Vincent says Marchand would cost us about 7, I suspect, but I take him over Ekblad any day. Figuring out deal will be another issue, which clearly means Erod goes, but we already have Samoskevich and Samoskevich. I mean, that's another way it could work. It could work that way, but then the defenseman. I wonder if that Horvolka kid is ready yet. He's 6'6", 229. Is he ready yet? He's never played in the NHL. Can he play? Damn it. God, I want to see that guy. I want to see him develop. Hey, communist. It's a Trey. Rosado, test track. Boy, I can't imagine being in Disney in Orlando July 22nd, right? Gotcha, Steven. Yeah, somebody, Cuban made a suggestion that maybe I should do like a morning with Jaws stream every day. I'll have to consider that, but I don't know if I would do it here. I might consider doing like a morning stream on the men's channel Monday through Friday for everybody who's driving to work, so that way the subject matter could be anything. It wouldn't just have to be Panthers or Dolphins or sports or anything. What do you guys think? Oh, there's Cuban again. Hey, buddy, I didn't even see your comment. Yeah. So what do you guys think about that? Yeah, I appreciate that, Matthew. I appreciate that, brother. But it's the puppets, Matthew. The puppets talking to my ear. I just listen to everything I say in that recap room, Matthew. It's the puppets tell me, right? The Kachuk thing, whenever Barkov's only out for 2 weeks, it's not me. I'm channeling the puppets. Yeah, that's what we're thinking, Hungry. I appreciate that, Matthew. Trey says, I think it's Toronto, Canada media trying to drive up the price. Remember, it was going to cost the Cats $12 million to keep Reinhart. I do remember that. I think Bennett's deal would be 8x8. I mean, that would work. Craig says, just do it on here where the chat's spill into a bunch of topics anyway. I'm trying to get that other channel monetized, though. I'm trying to get that other channel monetized, Craig, so I can take supers over there on that channel, because it's a different thing. That's the channel Donna and I are going to be. I don't know how the hockey people would feel about that. I'd have to run a poll, right? We'd have to run a poll, because new people would get confused. Why are they talking about, why is Jaws giving relationship advice on the hockey channel? Cuban says it would be great on the men's channel, but it has to be outside with a cup of coffee and maybe I can't smoke that in the morning. I have to do it outside. I guess if I cleaned up my porch, it's right there. I don't know if my Ethernet cord should be long enough. Let me see if they're able to set me up with the fiber internet on Thursday, and I'll go from there, because I'm going to have them set it up in a different spot than the regular internet is. But yeah, Cuban, that's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. Coot says, hoping that an elimination game means that we will swaggy on the scoreboard, but just for the love of all things good, just play the same way as Game 5 and forecheck card for 60 minutes. Yes. Communist says, if and only if we win the thing, I could see the players taking less from us to get a chance to win. Yeah, this year's class ain't all that impressive, right? Steven says, I will say this if I hear one more person say 72% of the time. Yeah, I ain't saying it. I'm not saying it. Hungry says, better off to keep them separate. YouTube doesn't like it when the channel goes outside. Yeah, I know, Hungry. Yeah, that's what I figured. And that'll help develop that channel, because they don't have a whole huge, I got maybe 75 videos over there, 50 or 75 videos. So it doesn't have a huge back catalog. So we can still we can drive that channel to be something different, because that's where Donna and I are going to be doing the streams. We do a few streams at night, especially once she moves in. I got to make the money for her to move in so we can make the money for her to move in. It's backwards, guys. Sucks. Porch junkie. Dietrich. Oh, my God. I'll have the coffee, but I can't smoke that in the morning. Oh, my God. Kenneth says, other than 3 months, it's too cold in the morning. Let's see. No, not here. Let's see. It depends, kind of, because sometimes we have really mild Decembers and sometimes we don't. But December, January, February, it's really not even December. It's more January, February, March. Those are the 3 months that'd be too cold to do it outside in the morning for sure. But we'll have to see how it goes. 305 says, I want to say we have Edmonton finally figured out, but I don't know, man. They can come back and even the series. Yes. Steve, I appreciate that. You want the fluff? Oh, you want me to be, yeah. I want the fluff too, man. Right? Yeah. Saul says some astrology for you. The Oilers were established in 1971, year of the pig, year in the year of the snake, and they are enemy signs. Very interesting. Huh. I was born in 1971. I don't know if that's good or not. So yeah, we're doing 3 channels this summer. Well, yeah, summer. We're starting running the 3 channels this summer, and then we're just gonna keep running 3 channels. That's what I got. I got YouTube and eBay. Matthew, nah, man, it's cool. It's cool. When you get to be my age and my station in life, it can work out just fine. She lives too far away. It's not it's not great for the back and forth, the back and forth. You know what I mean? Anakin says Kate Flynn is back rallying the oil. When you lose, you would delete the channel because you think you got it won. Okay. She said that multiple days ago, though. The McDavid said Panthers have not seen the best of the Oilers. They said that after game 3. I doubt I'll be deleting the channel. Oh, that's a nice idea. Kevin says build a greenhouse, going to hang out in there. That's not a bad idea. Yeah. Exactly, Adonis. Let's focus on tomorrow, one shift at a time. Let's look at it that way, and everything will be fine. That rhymes. I like it. We got poetry this morning. Hey, thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, bud. Much appreciated. Says, thank you for the awesome videos, the game recaps, and the streams make my day. All the best to you. Let's finish the job tomorrow. Thank you, brother. Much appreciated. Yeah, man. Appreciate that. And yeah, tomorrow, just locked in. Just locked in. I don't think anybody thinks we've got it won, right? Matthew, talk to you in 6 months. That's fair. Matthew, that's totally fair. It might take 6 months for me to get her moved in because I you know what I mean? I get it, man. I get it. Anakin says the Oilers better win behind, so it's going to be near impossible to stop McDavid. Well, they can stop him if he can only play so many minutes a night. Barkov's been doing a pretty good job so far. So we're confident. That's cool. Skinner game 4 and game 7 all right. Okay. Scholar says we got to be loud in Sunrise. Yes, absolutely. Trey says, what's so bad? Right? No, you just got to have the right one move in. That's all. You just got to choose wisely. It's not easy. It's not easy. But as you get to be my age, you know, it's easier to meet people that have had enough bullshit in their other relationships to where they're pretty cool now. Colin says, Kachuk said, we have to treat this like a game 7. Perfect. Perfect. What? Anakin says, well, I'm talking shit on cats and rats. What? I don't listen to cats and rats. So, I mean, I'm not sure I don't know where you're getting I was talking shit from. So, I mean, I was not on cats and rats. So, if maybe you got me confused with somebody else, I am definitely not on cats and rats. I don't speak, those guys don't speak for me. Most of the times I don't agree with their takes. I got no problem with them, but the couple of times I've watched them or seen their stuff, I don't tend to agree with a lot of the things that they say. I would assume Skinner would be back. That would be my assumption. Hey, David, how you doing, bud? Simon, yeah, that's the hope. Now, I think got to come out. They don't know. It depends on how long the driveway is. They may be able to lay the fiber on top of the ground and connect me until they come bury the line, or they might have to just set it up and wait for them to come bury the line before I can actually have internet. So it's either going to be Thursday or like a month. So I'm crossing my fingers. Because yeah, it's needed for sure. 305 says, I'm confident we can win. I think that 3-0 comeback was the worst thing Edmonton could have done. I see what you're saying. Yeah, that too, Trey. That too. I mean, I can't. I'm not even gonna respond. I'll let the chat take care of that. Trey. David says, to me at least, Sasha in Game 5, the first time he's been right since the Leafs cheap shot. And he looked better. And he may continue to get better now that he knows there's only one game left, hopefully. Right? Anakin, all I can tell you about Cats and Rats is I'm not on their show. That's this show here, this channel here has about as much to do with Cats and Rats podcast as it has to do with the Oilers. You follow what I'm saying? They don't speak for me. I don't listen to their stuff. I don't even know how much of an audience that we share. So they're welcome to their opinion. But if you actually listen to the content that I put out, you would find out that I am not Cats and Rats. No, Simon. The only kid she's got is the dog. She has children, but they're grown and older. So no, she comes with the dog. She comes with Leia. You think we have 0 stars injured? Anakin, Kachuk needs groin surgery. Kachuk needs groin surgery. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Hungry said Dangle finally admitted that the Panthers are the better team. All it took was downing the Bolts, Leafs, Canes, and winning 3 games in this Stanley Cup final, right? Trey says, I like Caesar. He's our fireman Ed. I got no bone to pick with Caesar. Like I said, I haven't really even watched much of their stuff. There's a couple of guys on there that I've seen their Twitter takes in the past, and I know we don't see eye to eye on things. But in terms of what they're putting on YouTube, I don't see it. I don't see it. Coot says, well, there's only 6 Panther fans, I can say the overlap is pretty likely. That's a good point. Right, IDK, yeah, and Reinhardt's hurt too, right? Steven, you're probably better off at this point. Well, Matthew, I appreciate that. I don't look at it like, I know some people look at it like a competition. I don't. I'm doing my thing. You know what I mean? I do what I do, right? You know what I mean? I've had a couple of exchanges with Caesar on Twitter. I think it was about the Dolphins, though. I'm not sure. We follow each other. I'm not on Twitter that much. You know what I mean? I mean pleasant exchanges, I should clarify. I know one of the other guys, we don't see eye to eye. Yeah, I was one of the original 6. Exactly. Right? Yeah. I mean, bandwagon since when, right? Is what it is. Comment says all of us have been bandwagon fans since 1996, right? I'm not sure, IDK. Yeah, no, Caesar's a good dude. Yeah. I got like I said, their stuff doesn't come up in my feed. Like I haven't seen any of their content come up in my feed since maybe the first round. And that's YouTube. You know what I mean? That's YouTube. They don't show a lot of things, is what it is. So so Simon, you're asking about when they donate. So I have something like that, Simon. You're asking about the sounds and everything with the super chats. I have that's one of the changes we're making for next year. I have some pretty cool things planned for next year. I don't want to start anything new now because that changes the juju, changes the energy. And I don't want to be doing that. So, but within a couple of weeks, once the season's over and once we get our free agents signed and we're on to next year, you'll start to see a lot of changes coming in one by one. I got you, IDK, right. What do we got here? Hey, MJ, how you doing, bud? Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Happy Monday, Jaws. Happy belated Father's Day. Thank you, brother. Hope I had a good holiday yesterday. I did. Yeah. One more game. We want the cup. I say we wrap up tomorrow in front of our home crowd. Headlines in a moment. Yeah, what did I do yesterday? Nothing. That's a lie. So I did my normal morning, and then I mowed the grass, and I saw you at noon. And I hung out with Donna for a few hours, and then I recorded the video last night that you all saw this morning. That's what I did yesterday. Yeah, it was a good day. Yeah, maybe like a train horn or something. Yeah, I'll have to, maybe barks. Maybe fluffy barks, David. Maybe I kind of find a way that when somebody super chats, like depending on the level, we get either fluffy barks or fluffy and Ellie howls. That, if I can figure out how to do that, we'll do that. Yeah, that sounds like an idea. Donna says we have passionate fans here in South Florida. I've seen it. I was at a popular restaurant called Flanagan's 2 nights ago. The waiter said he loves the success considering we suffered for years. Yep. Flanagan's is still open, eh? Wow. Flanagan's was around when I was a kid. Kind of a kid. Yeah, no, it wasn't the Oilers fans complaining about the tax break. That's silly stuff. That's for sure. I love that Bettman put him in his place. David says, thinking about an Arctic cruise this summer. So if anyone here is super rich and wants to pay, I'm great company. Oh, man. It's not a bad idea, though. Yeah, Kenneth. I don't know about any bandwagon. I don't think bandwagon would be used to describe Leafs fans. I think gaslit. Every year, this is our year, and then there's not so much. And I know about that because I grew up watching Dan Marino and the Dolphins, and every year was our year. Trust me. Talk radio told me. Okay? Every year, talk radio told me that this was the year, and then it wasn't. Donna says, can anyone answer if the arena ever gave out free drinks for people to attend games? Oh. Why does that sound? You're talking about sodas and stuff. That doesn't sound unfamiliar. It rings some kind of a bell. Maybe somebody will have an answer. Holy crap. Hey, thank you, Amanda. Hold on a second. I did something here. What did I do? I can't even see what oh, okay. There we go. I didn't even mean to do that, and I did it. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you. She says, injuries are part of the game, but for Oilers fans to come in here and say the reason you're losing is because of one of your two players is because of one or two players is crazy and uneducated talks. 3 straight finals appearances is not a fluke. I stand with Amanda. Completely agree with you. I mean, the closest thing to a fluke, if anybody wanted to get to the fluke level, is when we beat Boston. If we would have immediately lost the next round, then maybe somebody could have said beating Boston the first time was a fluke because of them just choking. But I think we've long since passed proven that what do we got to do? We got to do a three-peat, right? Thank you again, Amanda. Thank you. Oh, that's a good one, Dietrich, for Hagee in overtime. Yeah. See, now we're talking. That's a good idea. All right, I'll figure out how to do that. Yeah, I'll figure out how to do that one. Hungry says Flanagan's is a South Florida institution. Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good. Matthew Kachuk just in the interview of people in Florida saying he said he was cracking a joke multiple days ago. Matthew says, yeah, I never had a bad meal there. I didn't eat there a whole lot, but I just remember it. I think my parents used to go there when I was a kid. They would go there, yeah. Donna says, Flanagan has these egg rolls with brisket. Oh, man, that don't sound bad. Yeah, exactly, communist. Flanagan's is alive and well. Hockey Dave says cult following. Yeah. Oh, you don't have one north of Palm Beach. Gotcha. All right, MJ. Oh, boy, the MJ News Network. I can't wait to see this. Oh, yeah, Anakin says it was a magazine cover with the Leafs when they got the Big Four saying it's not a matter of if, but when they will win a cup, but how many. Fans had expectations for a dynasty. Yep. Gaslit. I've lived it. I lived it with the Dolphins and Marino, man. And it makes you not understand, like at the end of the season when you're losing again, when you're losing to Buffalo for the third and the fourth and the fifth time in the playoffs or whatever it was, and you don't understand because your local media and everything has been telling you that this team was unstoppable. And then we get blasted by Jim Kelly and Thurman Thomas and Andre Reed and Cornelius Bennett and Bruce Smith and blah, 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 blah. Every freaking year is the same thing in reverse. Simon, what YouTube? I watch a lot of hockey content. I like Tape Library. If anybody is into like scary stuff and paranormal stuff and that kind of thing, I'll sit and watch the Tape Library. Yeah. And watch the Tape Library. Yeah. Good stuff. Don says the Giants used to give out free Cokes back in the early 2020s just for how consistently bad they were. Dietrich said Panthers held an optional skate today, was very lightly attended alongside the scratches. Only Ekblad, Nosek, Greer, and Rodriguez skated today. Interesting. That's good, though. If you want to skate, you skate. If not, don't worry about it. Right? I like that. Figures Ekblad would be out there. Craig, yeah, I'm just letting it roll. I'll let the chat take care of that. Oh, good one, Kazuma. The Kachuk bell for a sound would be cool. Yeah. All right. These are good ideas. Don't let me forget. You know I'll forget. Damn, still 24 Flanagans. Very cool. Hey, Dana. Be cool, Anakin, because Dana's got a wrench and she's not afraid to use it. I'm surprised Amanda hasn't used it yet. I just sit back and lots of clips. Exactly, Kenneth. Yeah, I gotta get on that. It's a really good idea. David, it's cool to be one game away when it's the third period and we have a 5-1 lead with 4 minutes left. That's when it'll be cool, right? Could we not? Can we just? By the way, can we just win the game like normal tomorrow? Could it, number one, not be overtime? Could it, number two, not be 2-1 for the last 30 minutes of the game? Can we win like a normal game tomorrow? Like, just get ahead, stay ahead by a couple of goals, right? Don't antagonize them too much. Don't get ahead by 3 or more. Keep it at 2. Because if you get ahead by 3, we ain't holding. It's just instantaneous that Edmonton's going to get a goal back. We know it. So just keep it at 2. Don't piss them off too much. Make them think that they got a chance to come back and win, and then we get the third goal with like 10 minutes left in the third period. Amanda. Hey, Jack. Yeah, this is great. Oh my God. Yeah, it was the Oilers fans that were harassing Skinner, and it was last year, I thought. This is why I don't go on social media. This is fun. Rays fan says Malkin to Florida at the next trade deadline. Calling it now. Well, if we don't sign Marchand, right? What's next up Zito's sleeve, right? Well, that's not what I meant to do. Hold on a second. Hey, thank you, MJ. Hold on a second. Let me read it. Hold on a second. Kazuma says 3 reasons why Cats need to win tomorrow. 1, need to shave. 2, Oilers fans. 3, McDavid praised by the media stops until next season. Exactly. All right, MJ. How you doing, bud? Thank you, buddy. Thank you, bud. All right, let's see. Sports headlines. Rafael Devers. Is that how you say his name? Devers? That's probably Devers. Traded to the Giants. Red swaps, Jaws read. Red Sox sweep Yankees. It's always a good day when the Yankees lose. I can't talk. I can't read because my eyes are red. Desmond Bain traded to Magic. J.J. Spawn wins the U.S. Open. Joey Chestnut is coming back to the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Now, that's important. That's important right there. He's got nuts and dogs. Thank you, MJ. Thank you, buddy. Much appreciated. I'm afraid to know what the real news is going to be. MJ, if you're going to do the regular news, can you make up something? I don't think we want to. I'm afraid to know what the real news is. I see headlines and I'm like, nope, I'm not looking at that. 305. Do I like Tua? I mean, he's the Dolphins quarterback. I want him to do well, but I like Jay Fiedler. Jay Fiedler could take a hit. Let's put it that way. Coot. Oh my God. Thank you, MJ. Jack says, Oilers fans saying Steve Dangle sent the fan into the arena to wear that Panthers jersey at the Marchand goal. Why would Dangle do that? Why would Dangle do that? Oh my God. That's too much. That's too much. Hungry. I've seen bedtime stories a couple of times. Tape library, middle of the summer when it's hot. You got an afternoon to kill. Got the air conditioning on, set at about 2 degrees. You got your libations about you. That tape library is good for that. Matthew, yeah, I would like to visit that if we get down there for sure. Exactly, Kachuk. The job's not finished, right? Okay, thank you, Adonis. Appreciate that. Thank you for letting me know. I probably checked it early in the morning and didn't check it again. Thank you, bud. MJ says, I said we beat them with a 6-goal lead. I'll take it. I'll take it. Just kill the game in the first 2 periods, right? Yeah, something about the 2-goal leads, MJ. No, I know. It's because it's just like if they get one, right? Brave says, I need the boys to drop 10 on them. Kenneth, at 1 o'clock every stream, Matthias just pops up. We are going to overtime. That's actually pretty good, too. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Tell says, I watch Hockey Guy, Psychology, Hectic Hockey, now calls Brad Marchand Grandmaster Splinter. Yeah. Oh, my. I don't think Makar is coming, right? Jack says, it happened again this year, but worse. Oilers fans called Skinner's wife and threatened the kids. I mean, why? I don't understand. Why would you do that to your own? God. Now, do they ever catch these people? Like, do they ever find out who they are and press charges or anything? Steven, rental company. Kazuma says, as a soccer fan, I never thought I'd meet another fan base that would be as crazy, but hockey fans surprised me. They're up there in the crazy stuff. Still second place behind soccer fans. It's hard to get crazier than the Latins, right? South Americans. That's tough, right? I grew up in Miami, and it's just like, yeah, the Colombian women, they were hot, but Roco Cocoa Puffs. You know what I'm saying? Like, just, I don't know what's in the water in Colombia, but just get in and get out. You know what I mean? Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. I got this. Bear with me. Bear with me. Let's see here. Just bear with me here. Okay. All right, let's see here. I saw a super chat here. Hey, thank you, Brian. Thank you, bud. Thank you, Brian. He says, if we lose Tuesday, what are our chances on Friday? Honestly, I feel we're going to win the cup. That's what I'll say. I have every confidence in the world that we are not going to lose 2 games in a row with the cup on the line. I'm not interested in game 7. Not interested in game 7. But we've done this before where you lose the game at home and then go win it on the road. So I would still feel confident. Joey Chestnut's going vegan. Yeah, communist, exactly. We reached some of the conspiracies. Dangle sent the Panther fans to the Oilers game. All right, MJ, we'll see you in a minute, bud. Jack says, Oilers fans hate us and think we're sabotaging their hype train. Brian, how do you tag someone in the chat? I don't. Oh, yeah, Amanda's got that. Yeah, just add at and then their name. Yeah. Who says we need more complaining from you so the team can play well and seal the deal? I'll have to consider that. Maybe I'll get a video ready for tomorrow morning. It's not a bad idea, Coot. Yeah. I'll have something for you guys to wake up to tomorrow morning and to get everybody fired up. Yeah. Coot, if it doesn't work, blame Coot. Alchemist says Olympics preliminary rosters are out. Rhino for Canada, Sasha, Finland, Sturm for Germany. Gotcha. Kazuma says, I saw a debate online whether McDavid is a true leader or just a great player. They could just be up against, a pretty damn good team. And maybe they might have considered to upgrade a goalie at some point. Right? Like, can you imagine Edmonton with, like, I don't know, Otter, Hellebuyck? Can you imagine Edmonton with Hellebuyck? See what I'm saying? Yeah, that party, that was the Army's birthday. That party's been planned for forever. That party's been planned for forever. I've seen people saying it was Trump's birthday party. Come on now. There's enough garbage in the world, right? But that was my brother's been telling me about that for a long time. Like rain on your wedding day. Hungry says cops usually don't go after people making threats unless they're very credible, right? Yeah. Dietrich, yeah, local Cocoa Puffs for sure. Iris says, I just saw McDavid cursing at the Oilers. A little funny, but I'm surprised he acts that way. He was very mean to Skinner and the media too. You sure it wasn't AI? Kenneth says, now Jaws going to get threats from Colombian women. Oh no, they'll admit it. They'll tell you. I'm crazy. I'm crazy hot. I'm hot, but I'm crazy. Communist. Yeah, it had to happen. It had to happen, communist. I tried to let it go, but I have a couple of words that will trigger me to either use the ban or the long timeout thing. And clown is one of them. Clown is one of those words. If the word clown gets directed at me or this channel, and that's just, I don't even apologize for getting triggered. You're just out. Madonna says, an Oilers fans I watched was honestly thinking that the Oilers have a 3% chance to win tomorrow. Well, I mean, they got more of a chance than that. All right, here we go. MJ. Thank you, brother. I'm afraid to read it. Thank you, MJ. I'm afraid to read it, brother. Here we go. World headlines. They caught the Minnesota shooter. I heard about that. The Louvre Museum in Paris shuts down. 134-year-old tortoise becomes a first-time dad. Dang. Maryland man arrested for kayaking naked while holding a large cup. Hey. I get the implied. That's not a bad idea, though, right? Huh? So maybe MJ, if they win the cup, I get my Panthers flags and I put poles up on the kayaks and I go into the middle of the bay with the Panthers flags on, naked, and I refuse to come in until Chucky brings me the cup, and then I'll put on clothes. It's not a bad idea, MJ. Thank you again, brother. Trey. Exactly. The SeaWorld to Jaws, this clown. Yep. It's the same thing on Twitter. Clown emoji blocked. I don't, homie, don't play that. That's the irony. Kazuma says, I hope Maurice drills it into the player's head that tomorrow's a must win and we don't want to go back to Canada. We do not. They've got to know, right? They have to know these things at this point. Yeah, they think, John, hey, I'm trying to get rich off making the Oilers and Leafs fans fight each other. Oh, man, Sergio, Goldie was on Spittin' Chicklets? Yeah, that's cool. Hey, hold on a second. Is that? Come on, man. I'm waiting for my box of tape to get delivered so I can do my pack and ship. It should have been here already. Anthony says, I watch Flames Nation, Calgary Flames channel. They're the only Canadian channel that's not biased and giving us credit for how we're shutting down the Oilers. Yeah, I haven't seen them in a few years, but I chatted with them a bit when we got Tkachuk. And I tried to warn them about Huberdeau because they were kind of buying the media narrative, the Calgary media narrative, that Huberdeau was going to lead them to the promised land. And I kind of said, you might want to check that a little bit. And they're like, all right, well, thanks for the warning. You know, they were cool about it. I was kind of being a dick. They were cool about it. But I was being genuine. I hate to see fans get gaslit. I refer to my Dan Marino comment. Yeah, communist. Yeah, Maryland man trying to compete with Florida man. I don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing about that. Sports Short says, have I watched the highlights of the games on VR? No. That's interesting. Yeah, Trey. Yeah, you'll be a dad. Hey, Quinn, thanks for coming, bud. Converted with Luongo. Very cool. Exactly. For the content, Hungry. Exactly. MJ, yeah. It wouldn't surprise me, right? Why not? Maybe for the three-peat. If they don't bring me the cup this time, if they win the cup this time, and then they win it again, I think at that point we're gonna have to come up with like an Ocean's 11 scenario with me and 10 of you from the channel and kidnap the cup so we can get a picture in front of the dogs. Kachukin says the Cats are a different team this year and have elevated their play through 4 rounds. They got to play their best game of the season tomorrow, no question. Perfect. Perfectly said. Can't give away the Jaws OnlyFans content like that. Oh my God. Donna catches that one. She's gonna say that that's the idea I need to do. All right, let's see what else we got here. Yeah, you have to, from now on, you're going to throw in one fake headline to see how people would react. Yeah, that's a good idea, MJ. Anthony, right? What do they expect him to do? Yeah, I'm going to be on the real news, Trey. 134-year-old tortoise, though. That's pretty cool. Dang. He waited a long time. Sergio, probably not. He didn't seem too happy with the trade. And I just don't know that he'd ever really be the type of piece that we would need to add. I think his ship has sailed here, right? Yeah, exactly, Craig. Mission Impossible, hanging from cable, swipe the cup. Exactly. NJ, yes, Donna would definitely support that for sure. Well, you gotta have at least one woman, right? Might need it too. Donna would be like she dress up with the cleavage and distract somebody. I'm sure that she would be a straight role. Be a straight role for her. MJ says the tortoise was alive in most sports that didn't exist. So Anthony says what worries me about this is the talk about the dynasty, talk about, right, comparing us to the 80s Islanders. We haven't even won our second cup. I mean, the fans are going to fan, right? You know what I mean? The fans are going to fan. Let's be honest. Let's look at it this way, Anthony. If the fans were speaking it really into existence, the Leafs would win every year, right? So I don't mind that so much. I get it. I don't really think the players are paying attention to that too much. But if they do win the second one, we do win tomorrow, then you can have that discussion, right? Hey, thank you, MJ. Thank you, brother. Thank you. He says, is it safe to say Florida is now a hockey state? What about Miami Sunrise being a hockey city? I think Miami will always be classified as a football city. But am I correct in assuming the majority of the Panthers fan base is still Broward County? Is that, yeah, Kazuma says Sunrise, yes, Miami, no. Yeah. I don't know, and I don't mean this as a disparaging remark. I just don't know how many people are driving from Miami. IDK says, unfortunately, yes, Broward. Yeah, that's what I figured. Well, I mean, to get from like, even North Miami Beach to where the arena is, I can't imagine what the traffic is like now. Sports Source says Matthews, Tkachuk brothers, Quinn Hughes among the selections for the USA Olympic preliminary roster. Tkachuk's going to be on LTIR. He's not playing. Damn it. Kazuma says Miami fans are bandwagoning when the team is winning just to show up for the booze, right? MJ says the Dolphins haven't won a Super Bowl in over 50 years. To me, you think people are shifting their allegiance. I think they're shifting where their heart is. You know what I mean? Like, you can only get burned so many times by the same team before you're like, whatever. But with Florida, with the Panthers, they've managed, as the Dolphin fans have gotten really sick and tired of losing, the Panthers started to win. So it's kind of just been a natural progression of things for sure. Yeah, exactly, MJ. Yeah. Trey says, still a Miami team the same way the Pats are still a Boston team. Right. Anthony, yeah, MJ mentioned that in his earlier super chat. Yeah. Lil J says mostly Broward and Palm Beach. Right. That makes sense. Hungry, you're correct. It says Miami should be a baseball city if the Marlins weren't utterly incompetent. And that might be an insult to the word utterly. I don't know if there's a strong enough word for the Marlins' incompetence, to tell you the truth. Colin says, I feel like most Heat fans now that live in South Florida are now watching hockey on a consistent basis. But hey, what do I know? I live in Texas. Trey says, the guys who showed out for nations should have been recognized today. Brady got it, sure, but Eichel, Slave, and Larkin should have been announced today. Interesting that they would not. Sergio says the Panthers are giving Miami fans a void and shifted our attention elsewhere. Fins losing games used to ruin your day. Now it's expected that we don't care anymore. That, I'm going to screenshot that. That's a video, Sergio. That is exactly the truth. I'm talking when I was just before I started this channel, right? Just before I started the Panthers channel, I was so invested in Miami, the Dolphins, that there were times I'd sit there for an hour on my own and just like look at the offensive line and the combinations and try to figure out which way to make it work and who could we get and who was going to start. And now I just like, they suck. Now they abused the fan. They took for granted that the Dolphin fans were always just going to be there. And it ain't working out that way so far. Anthony, I would have no desire in getting Matthews away from Toronto. I understand the question, but there would be no reason for us to do that. Honestly, he's got that high salary, And there just wouldn't be any reason. I don't think Toronto would do it anyway. You know what I mean? I don't know that they're really going to be considering what they're doing to rebuild. But I don't think we'd be interested. We have a great team, and we don't. It's always nice to have great players, but if we were going to do any kind of a trade, any kind of usage of assets that way, it would probably end up focused on the defense. Hey, Praga. Johnny says, I was curious, is LA city size larger than you would say Metro Miami combined? Friends have been doing geography to see the city size. That's a question I don't know the answer to. I don't know. I mean, Miami size-wise is pretty big. It's pretty big, but I'm sure LA is as well. It's just a matter of how the populations are laid out. I would assume LA's population is bigger than Miami, but I can't, I'm not sure on that. So Simon is asking about the hockey Olympics. What's the break we're going to get? Like how much time off are the guys that are not going to be in the Olympics? I remember seeing it last year. It's going to be like some huge break. Let me look at this. I'll be right back to the chat in a second. Okay, good. Here comes my tape. So the NHL break will be, no, that's 2014. What the hell is this crap? Here we go. Okay. No, that's 24-25. Oh, come on. Here we go. The Olympic break will be from February 11th to February 22nd. That's it. Or that's when the Olympics are. So the break will be obviously several days longer than that. So our guys will have, the guys that aren't in will have a few weeks off for sure. Seen another super here. Hold on a second. Where'd it go? There we go. Hey, thank you, MJ. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, brother. Let's see. He says, to add on the previous super chat, which cities fans are most likely to travel with the team? For me, it's Chicago, New York, Philly, Atlanta, Boston, and maybe Miami again. Oh, there's a team on there that Buffalo. MJ, Buffalo. Buffalo travels, man. You would be surprised considering the size of that team, the size of that city. Buffalo Bills fans travel. That's the name that strikes me the most. You expect Chicago, New York, Philly, right? But you wouldn't expect Buffalo fans to. But Bills fans, they travel. Thank you again, MJ. Anthony says the craziness that's happening outside of sports. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, Anthony. I'm not trying to not answer the question. I don't know nothing about nothing. I watch my sports. I go fishing. I hang with Kyle. I hang with my girlfriend. I don't watch the news. I don't read anything. I used to be highly, highly informed. And what I learned is that being highly informed about things that you have no control over is a good way to stress yourself out and ruin friendships and family relationships. So I just don't pay attention to it anymore. Let other people have their opinions and fight about it. All I care about is the cost of eggs and the electricity bill. And I can afford to do that because I'm, 53 years old. But when I was younger, I paid attention. But now I couldn't, I don't know anything about anything. And I'm not just saying that to avoid the question. I don't. MJ, yeah, Buffalo, yeah. Oh, Uvis is going to the Olympics. Very cool, Colin. Very cool. There was another one, MJ? Okay, hold on. Let me scroll up. Hold on, MJ. Thanks. Let me see. Or no way. I read that one, right? You talking about the fan bases that travel? Or was there a second one? Hold on. Let me see. Where's start? Let me see. Let me find it. It's frozen up. Okay, come on, StreamYard. Let's go. Oh, okay. So yeah, thank you, MJ. Thank you, brother. I see it now. Okay. This is which cities fans have the best fan base. I'll go first: Chicago, Boston, Kansas City, New York, and Miami. Best fan base. If you wanted to consider being rabid, I'd go Philadelphia. Trying to think. Now, if you're talking about, hockey, Canes fan base doesn't get the credit I think they deserve. That building is loud. The Canes fan base, I think, is better than people give it credit for. Boy, my eyes are just getting worse by the day here. Anthony's want to know, do you think we can go after another defenseman? We won't. If we re-sign Ekblad, we're set. If we re-sign Ekblad, we're set. We don't have the money for anything. If we are going to try to replace Ekblad, and any right-handed defenseman could be a possibility because we've got to have another writer to replace him with. The guy that I looked at yesterday in the video I put out today was, how do you call him? Hiroshiku. I forget how you say his name. Hirajoku. Boston just traded with Buffalo before on the trade deadline to get him. He's big. He's young. He was making like $3 million. Right now, he's a UFA. I don't know if they're planning on signing him or not. Yokiharu, yeah. So that's one name that I looked at, but there's not a whole lot out there. So it's going to come down to either re-signing Ekblad or Zito's scouts really doing well. Sergio says, Dan Le Batard, who's always giving Oilers ammunition, saying McDavid is not that good, too, to only having one goal this series. How about Le Batard is such an idiot? Oh, and he has been a schmata as long as I can remember. How about just saying Barkov is so good because he shut down McDavid, who's clearly the best player in the league? How about that, Le Batard? You dummy. Patel, no, we can't bring up an AHL player to replace Ekblad. That's not you got to have a veteran guy. You can't go from Ekblad to a kid. We don't have anybody that's really ready. That's good. Benning is there, but he's 5'9", $180. And you'd still end up spending. You're still going to have to pay him $800,000, $900,000. We just don't have anybody that's ready to do that. Even if you're pairing them with Mikkola, we just don't have anybody in the AHL that's ready to do that. David. IDK, the most dislikable person in SoFlo. Yeah, it's he's been for a while. He's been that way. Anthony, that's the thing McDavid is trying to avoid, right? That's the thing he's trying to avoid. Hey, thank you, MJ. Thank you, brother. Last one. Which fan bases are terrible? I'll go first. Toronto, LA, Philly, Nashville, Phoenix, and Cleveland. Cleveland fans. Oh, my God. But they've been abused, MJ. Cleveland fans have been abused. Okay? Cleveland fans have been abused. Those sons of bitches have been taken through the mud, and somewhat Toronto fans a little bit too. You think Philly fans are the worst? I guess it depends on what your type of fan is, right? If you want crazy nutcases, Philly's the best, right? Thank you again, MJ. Simon, hopefully they win. I don't want to pay attention until after the Panthers have won the cup. But it'd be nice to see those guys get a win. I wish it was Cooper Black in that, getting that experience instead of Kakkonen, because, it's nice for them to win, that's sure, but you'd like it to be with one of the goalies that you're developing. I'm not sure if that's what Le Batard did, but it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, I don't know how he still has a gig. Nobody likes him. Yeah, exactly, Sergio. Miami fans hate Le Batard. I don't know how he's like, nobody likes him. How does he still get paid? I don't understand it. Yeah, I got you, MJ. Yeah, Cleveland fans, they've been abused, man. Yeah, Philly fans beating up opposing fans. That's a good point. Right? Yeah, the Sergey chants, I would like it. Like if my name was Sergey and they were chanting my name, be like, yeah, that's sweet. That's nice, Sergey. I mean, that's nice. I like it. Oh, I should do a tier list to the worst fan bases in hockey. Oh, God. I'm trying to build a friendly community. Right? Yeah, the Eagles booed Santa Claus. Trey says he loves Le Batard because you like chaos. Trey, because you like chaos. Hey, Americs, one more freaking game. Exactly. Great White says, Jaws, I can tell you there's a lot of bandwagon Bolts fans here. When they win, everybody has got the jerseys and flags flying, and then when they lose, you never see anything. Interesting. Yeah, Flyers fans threw bracelets at a game. That's right. Yeah, we got to get Luongo. Le Batard's producer hates Marshy with the passion of 1,000 blazing suns. All right, everybody. I got to roll. Got eBay pack and ship to do. Thank you all. Much, much, much love and appreciation for all the super chats. Everything's going spectacular. We got one more game. I will have a video out tomorrow morning like I did this morning. And then we'll have the noon stream. And then we'll win the cup. And then I'll do the recap. And then I'll stay late on the stream. And then I'll get to shave. I want to shave. Please, Chucky, please. I want to shave. We all want to shave. You want to shave. We all want to shave. Charge your razors, boys. Get ready for it. All right. Appreciate all the love and support. I'll see you again mañana.